Welcome back. All right, so no overtime tonight. No nefarious anything going on really that I saw, but early game, middle, and late means I watched as much as I possibly could, being one person and all. So yeah, interesting results, and yeah, I used the big magnets because sure, why not? Since the normal power rankings board, I'm not really using now. There's all those magnets there that I'm like, they should be in videos, and at some point, I'll use that board again for other ranking related things, but for now, yeah, I can bring them out for one night, sure. So let's start off with the Philadelphia Flyers at home against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto, of course, looking for a bounce back game. Desperately needed a bounce back game tonight, and they got it. It's Campbell versus Hart, no John Tavares, which is notable because all the scoring that they had coming into this game, I think their last 15 goals, 13 or 15 goals had been from the big four, which is Matthews, Marner, Tavares, and Nylander. Bunting had an early chance that was saved. The Leafs get a power play. A shorthanded chance during that for Nate Thompson. Riley had a shot that was saved. It's killed off. The Leafs then pressed at 5.5 minutes. Nick Ritchie was getting chances, and he did. He got opportunities. Still doesn't have his first goal as a Leaf. Pretty sure he doesn't have one yet. Campbell then denies Atkinson. Atkinson's gone without a point now in 5 of his last 6 games, so he's a streaky player. That happens. He'll heat up again. So Campbell denied him, and then at the half we had chances both ways. Both goaltenders were really good to start out. The Flyers press, Campbell making some saves. There was a power play for Philly. That's a no. The Leafs press with 5 minutes left. Simmons couldn't bury one with 2.5 minutes left. The Flyers get their second power play. That's also a no. So we go to the second period. Hart denies Matthews early. The Flyers press at 3 minutes. Both defenses were doing a good job of blocking guys, keeping guys to the outside. So that's notable. Thus, it's on the board. Konechny had a rush chance that was saved. Kampf had a chance as well. That was saved by Hart. The Leafs press at 5 minutes. Some line juggling for the Leafs, and that works. That gets them away from some matchups. They're the road team, so you have to get creative to get the matchups you want. Keith showing some of that tonight. Ritchie had a chance from behind the net. That was saved. The Flyers get a power play. Nylander with a goal. It was waved off for a kick. And as Steve Dangle said, if that's a kick, he was saying right away it wasn't a kick. And it wasn't. The immediate replay, you could see he doesn't bring his stick up off the ice. It's not off the inside of the skate. And they show some consistency. It counts. It's Nylander from Muzzin and Matthews at 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Flyers then press to answer. There were some near misses for the Flyers there. We get a scrum after a save by Jack Campbell. The Flyers press in the final 2 minutes, but it's 1-0 Toronto after 2. Third period. Early test was passed by Campbell. Hart was bailing out some turnovers by the Flyers early on. The Flyers were guilty of a lot of turnovers in this game, comparatively speaking to the Leafs. Leafs press. That draws them a power play. And it's Nylander scoring on the power play, his second goal of the game from Ritchie and Matthews at 5:09. There was a press by the Flyers at 7.5 minutes. Unsuccessful there. They press again. They get a power play out of it. That was a no. The Leafs then get a power play. Hart denies Ritchie. So while the power play is not successful in this case, Kasha would score. So important to see him get on the board. I mentioned him in the preview this morning. Kerfoot and Kampf with the assist at 13:33. Campbell then makes some more saves. A lot of highlight reel stuff there. Liljegren was robbed of his first NHL goal. And then Nylander was denied the hat trick. But the Toronto Maple Leafs win this one 3-0. They go to 8-5-1 in the season. Philadelphia drops to 6-3-2. The shots in this one, 12-11 in favor of Toronto in the first. 12-7 in favor of Philadelphia in the second. 14-13 Toronto in the third. Final shots 36-33 for Philadelphia. Power plays Toronto 1 for 3. Philadelphia 0 for 4. The hits were 22-16 for the Flyers. Campbell saves all 36 shots for his 6th career shutout. And Hart saves 30 out of 33 at the other end. So there you go. Toronto bounces back from a loss against LA. They knock off Philly. And now they've won, 6 out of 7? That's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, next up. Dallas at home against the Nashville Predators. So it really is a matter of me looking at Dallas and going, the scoring's a problem. And it's been a problem. It continues to be a problem. and it's a storyline that it would be nice to see turn around. Now, I agree with an article on TSN today that this being an 82-game season, we can't overreact. The problem is, I think we're just reacting at this point to teams off to slow starts because we are getting up around the 15-game mark. So we're up to around 20% of the season. It's not that early now. So Saros versus Holtby is your matchup. Early press by the Predators. Holtby saves during that. Pavelski had a rush chance that was saved. They get a power play, do the Predators. That was killed off. Shots are 5-2 for the Preds at 9 minutes. The Stars get zone time, but they need shots. So they were getting opportunities. They were cycling. It dates back to the Sedins. The cycling can be beautiful, and it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating to watch them cycling around on the outside and think, what would be better than this? Shots. Shots, as BX has said, shots, which went right over their heads. Cunnin nearly buries one. The Stars went over 12 minutes between shots. Heiskanen was then denied by Saros. And then Harley had a shot that was saved as the Stars did press, but then the puck goes the other way. And at 19:08, it's Johansson from Trennan and Jeannot. Nice rush chance. So Dallas gets some nice opportunities, and Nashville scores. Keep that in mind. It's going to come up again. Second period, first few minutes, no pressure. No shots for the first 4 minutes. And then on an opportunity, Nashville scores. Jeannot from Tomasino and Ekholm at 4:51. It wasn't a fantastic goal. It's one of those ones that Holtby definitely needs to make the save on, so that's not fantastic. The Stars then had a 3-on-2. Saros makes the save, and Nashville cleared it out pretty quickly after that. Carrier had a shot that was blocked. The Stars push or rush after that. They get a power play, does Dallas. That was unsuccessful. They get another power play after the first one had one shot. This second one, Carrier takes a puck to the head. That was about as accurate as they got in that power play, so that one's killed off. Close call at the Predators' net with 4:25 left, and then Sissons has a tip shot that almost makes it 3-0. Predators push with 3 minutes left, and eventually they score on a counterattack. Duchesne scores from Novak and Benning at 17:36. So again, good opportunity for Dallas. Goes the other way. It's in the net. But then Rope Hintz, 15 seconds later, gets his first of the season, finally. Pavelski and Robertson with the assists, so maybe this is a harbinger of good things for the Dallas Stars. The problem is they're down 3-1 after 2. Third period. It's another fast start, few shots, not a lot of whistles. It felt like this game was going a lot faster than this one. There were a lot more notes on this one than this one. Holtby denies McCarron, and then Holtby poke-checked Cunnin. Raffle with a break. Couldn't beat Saros on that one. Klingberg with a turnover. The Predators get a chance. The Stars get a power play and they need a goal, and they get it. It's Heiskanen from Radulov and Ben at 10:43. Ekholm then had a chance to deflect out. The Stars press with 5 minutes left. They did pull the goaltender with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. But the Stars, they were overpassing with the extra guy out there. When you're yelling at the TV to shoot, it's sort of like that. And then Sissons gets the empty netter from Granlund at 19:17. So Nashville with a road win. Their road record's pretty good right now. They go to 7-5-1. The Stars dropped to 4-6-2 with that loss. It's getting tough right now for Dallas. The shots in this one, 8-5 Nashville in the first, 12-8 Dallas in the second, 10-6 Dallas in the third. Final shots, 27-22 for the Stars. Power plays, Nashville 0-for-1, Dallas 1-for-3. The hits were 29-23 in favor of Dallas. Saros saves 25 out of 27, played very, very well. Holtby saves 18 out of 21. And again, there was that one goal that you kind of wish you had back, but Dallas just, they're not, it's not working offensively. It's just not there. And I don't know. It kind of feels like this is a year where they probably missed the playoffs. Speaking of which, Arizona's probably going to miss the playoffs. So Minnesota in against Arizona. This is my it's a trap magnet. Akbar's dead. I killed it. I had the Akbar magnet on this game today. I accidentally murdered an Akbar magnet. So I apologize. And Arizona, you got to realize when I have that magnet up there, I at least expect, close game, something. Arizona's work ethic has been fantastic. And then in this one, things kind of go sideways for them. Now, this one was a TNT broadcast. Love Darren Pang. Panger's fantastic. So it's Kakkonen versus Vejmelka. I'm starting to worry about Vejmelka. If you watch the game tonight, you know why. Early wild chance fizzles. Kessel then couldn't bury one. Kaprizov had a chance on a turnover. The Wild get a power play, and they score on it. It's Eriksson Ek from Spurgeon and Zuccarello at 4:22. Spurgeon then almost made it 2-0 right after. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, this could be a long night. The Wild then had a delayed penalty. Well, delayed power play. So during the delayed penalty, they have a 6-on-5. And Merrill scores from Fiala and Foligno at 9 minutes. So to me, it looks like teams are figuring out Vejmelka. And it gets uglier. It looks like teams have figured out where to shoot on Vejmelka and when. And this is where goaltenders that get off to really good starts, either they adapt, they figure this out, or they're not in the league that long, right? So we'll see whether or not Vejmelka makes the right changes, if Arizona can coach the right changes in there, because yeah, Minnesota made it look kind of easy on Vejmelka tonight. Wild press with 8 minutes left. Pitlick fires one high, and at this point Minnesota's just teeing off chance after chance. But Andrew Ladd on a fast break, he scores from Yashkin, and Gostisbehere at 14:10. That is the 9th assist and 10th point of the season for Gostisbehere. We will discuss this again before the review is over. Chychrun then had a blast that was saved, so it's 2-1 Minnesota after one, but it felt like Arizona fought back nicely at the end of the first period. So I thought, all right, they're not good in the second period, but maybe tonight they'll be better in the second period, right? Maybe this poor dead magnet here won't have to die. Fiala scores from Spurgeon and Goligoski at 2:45, which put that on life support. Shane Doan was being interviewed as well at this point. It wasn't as egregious as some of the other interviews that we've seen on TNT and ESPN. I don't know why they don't interview these guys in between periods either. I don't understand, or pre-game or post-game. It's weird, right? It'd be like John Garrett's on After Hours on Saturday. It'd be like After Hours being during the third period and just have the game in the corner. Like, it's bizarre. Anyways, Kulikov would add another one. He scores from Pitlick and Merrill at 3:21. So, yeah, Fiala and then Kulikov, that made it 4-1. And it's right about then that this poor Akbar magnet that did nothing wrong flatlines. So it was all Minnesota after that. It really was. There was basically a shoot high on Vejmelka situation going on here, and they would keep that up. Shots are 7-2 for the Wild at 9 minutes. The Coyotes get a power play. That was a no. They get another power play. It also doesn't succeed. The Wild get a power play, which becomes a 5-on-3. They score during that. Kaprizov from Zuccarello and Fiala at 18:51. It's 5-1 Minnesota after 2. So Arizona's not scoring 4 goals in the third period. I have no doubt about that at all. In the third period, there was 39 seconds left of a power play for Minnesota to start that. But Wedgwood's in and they kill it off. And Wedgwood played well enough in the third period. He has to start the next game. He just has to. Unless Arizona's like, well, if we start Vejmelka, we're guaranteed to probably lose it. And then we have a better shot in the draft lottery, right? We don't want to catch Chicago or Montreal. It wouldn't be the first time a team has done that. Buffalo did that famously the year that they ended up drafting Eichel. So, only success. So yeah, the Devils, pad, mask, etc. Wedgwood still wearing that, and it's still a good luck charm for him. Just keep it. Keep all the Devils stuff. Absolutely. Coyotes get a power play. Chychrun fires one high. It was a good power play, but it's a no. Fiala couldn't bury one, and then it's Gostisbehere. He scores from Keller and Boyd at 7:04. Gostisbehere has 11 points. Arizona has 21 goals on the season. He is as close to an Ovechkin as you're going to get for the Arizona Coyotes this year. 11 points out of their 21 goals. He's their primary point producer. It's kind of weird. And yeah, that made it 5-2. Krause then fires one high. Wedgwood saves on Fiala. Eriksson Ek had a chance that was saved, and then Fiala had another opportunity that was saved. Bukestad had one that was saved. Krause was then denied in the closing seconds. Your final score is 5-2 in favor of Minnesota. They go to 9-3 on the season. Arizona drops to 1-11-1. If this game's an indication, might be a while before that second win. Shots were 11-8 Minnesota in the first, 11-5 Minnesota in the second. So Arizona continues to struggle in second periods. Third period 13-8 for the Coyotes. Final shots 30-26 for Minnesota. The power plays, Minnesota goes 2 for 3. Arizona goes 0 for 3. The hits 31-14 for the Coyotes. Kakkonen saves 24 out of 26. Vejmelka, ugly numbers, 17 saves on 22 shots. And Wedgwood saved all 8 when he went in there. The numbers would tell you Wedgwood needs to be the goaltender for them. And Vejmelka probably needs to be out for a bit here and give Wedgwood the net, because you want to at least give the impression that you're trying to win some of these games, right? So we'll see what they do. But yeah, you guys are all caught up. Keep in mind, it is Hockey Fights Cancer Month. This is my Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Fights Cancer jersey. And in the description below this video will be the link to the West Coast Kids page, which you can donate money to, and on their site it'll tell you about all the wonderful things they do for kids dealing with cancer, with blood disorders, as well as their entire families, including the siblings of those kids who might be going through a tough time too, because you know, you've got a sibling that's not doing well, and then the parents might be spending a lot of time and attention on them. You're not getting as much. So again, you know, it's a good charity, and everything's all transparent. It's all over their site what they do, and yeah, I've had firsthand accounts on how good they are and how much good they do for people. So there you go. If you can give, do, and it can be as low as $5. Doesn't matter. It all helps, and it all goes to a good cause. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.